demands is contestable. The CS is saying that it's not protected, but we know that is a language the government always uses. We say, we repeat, let the fate of our students in the universities not be taken for granted. Let us not interfere with the calendar. Already they have wasted a whole 1 month. They are supposed to be eating and they are not going to class. They are supposed to be learning, but they are just relaxing. Some have taken odd jobs. We are worried that when they resume teaching, they will be having empty pockets, and the semester is not even 2 or 3 weeks old. CSE practical and projects, technical subjects started last Friday. We are also seeing a situation whereby the grade 9 are supposed to be doing their KJSEA. Such first that will ensure that they transit to the senior secondary school in January. We are also seeing a situation whereby the grade 6 are also doing their KPSEA. All these are transitional exams that will ensure that one cohort moves to the next cohort. But the Kenya National Examination Council is yet to put its house in order.
Without Sabeki Haru, Member of Parliament Nyoro has criticized the government over the ongoing lecturer strikes in public universities, which began in September. Speaking during a public event, Nyoro urged the authorities to treat the matter with the urgency it deserves, noting that the prolonged strike has paralyzed learning in institutions of higher education across the country. The former National Assembly Budget Committee chair said the government must honor the 2017-2021 collective bargaining agreement signed with lecturers to ensure normal learning resumes. Nyoro further accused the government of defunding the education sector, warning that such actions have fueled the wave of strikes in public universities. The lecturer strike is now in its 36th day.
And it seems the government has totally abdicated its duty, because we do not see the urgency on the side of government when it comes to handling the strike that is carrying in our universities. And it is very appalling. And to make the matter worse, we have seen in the recent past that the government has now started threatening UASU and Kudheiha. Yet what they are asking for is the government to honor what the government has already signed in the past. And we are demanding and asking. The money that the lecturers are requesting and the members of is 7.9 billion Kenya shillings, which is covering up for several years.
Embu Senator Alexander Mundengi has called on Nyeri Governor Mutahi Kahiga to resign from his position following his controversial remarks about the late former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. Speaking in Embu, Senator Mundengi said Kahiga's resignation as the vice chairperson of the Council of Governors is not enough, maintaining that he should also vacate office as Nyeri Governor. He further claimed that this is not the first time Kahiga has made divisive remarks, alleging that earlier this year he made disparaging comments about Embu Governor Cecil Mbarire and President William Ruto's administration.
Na watu wengi wamesikia vile Kahiga alisema ati Mungu alimchukua, ati hiyo ni baraka ya watu wengine. Nataka niaseme Mutahi Kahiga, tafadhali mambo yale umetamuka sio ya Mount Kenya, ni ya watu kidogo kama wewe, kwa sababu umeongea kitu ambaye akina kiko ambaye ni kitu kimoja kibaya sana, kwa sababu tunajua vile umeongea na wewe mwenyewe au kuwa peke yako. Mimi najua kwa sababu tunajua nguvu yako ni gani. Ukiwa governor wa Nyeri, unakumbuka miaka iliyopita wewe haukuwa governor, ulikuwa deputy governor. Governor wako alikufa. Kwa hiyo ni kama yale mambo umetamuka ya kiongozi wa ODM, ni kama hata wewe ulifurahia governor wakati alikufa, alipata accident. Hata ni vile hiyo mambo ilipita. Unaweza ulizwa kwani hiyo mambo ya gavana wako ulikuwa unajua. Na kitu kingine naweza kusema kwa Kahiga, tafadhali, umekuwa ukiropoka na wewe ni mzee ambaye umekoma. Na wewe ni mzee unaongoza watu. Hiyo kuropoka kwako ni kwako kwa watu kidogo, lakini sio kwa kuropoka kwa watu wa Mount Kenya. Nimesikia wengine wakisema sio mambo ya DCP. Hata naweza sema wewe kwa mwili ni UDA, lakini kwa roho yako sisi watu wa Mount Kenya wale tunakujua.
And as that unfolded, the Association of Persons Living with Disabilities has strongly condemned the incident in which some Kenyans mocked the physical condition of the late Raila Odinga's son, Raila Jr., on social media. According to the association, Kenyans must uphold the rights and dignity of persons living with disabilities and shun all forms of stigma and discrimination. They have also urged the relevant authorities to take immediate action and establish measures to curb such acts of online abuse.
Urge the Communications Authority of Kenya and social media companies to take urgent measures to remove harmful and discriminatory content and to enforce strict penalties against those who use disability as a source of ridicule or entertainment.
We demand that vituo vya sheria ambavyo vinasimamia usheria katika nchi huu kama Communications Authority of Kenya, kama National Council for Persons with Disability, kama National Gender and Equality Commission, wao wajitokeze na wao pia wakatai hii tabia ya Wakenya kudhalilisha watu ambao wako na ulemavu kwenye mtandao.
Switching gears to matters politics is that youths allied to the ODM party are now calling on the party's leadership to give young people a chance to take the helm following the death of their long-serving leader, Raila Odinga. While mourning the veteran politician, the youth said it's time for the Orange Party to be led by a new generation to carry forth the late Odinga's vision and policies. They also voiced their support for Embakasi East Member of Parliament Babu Owino to take over the party's leadership, describing him as a man of the people.
When you talk of Pan-Africanist, when you talk of democracy, when you talk of devolution, you cannot mention a name without Raila.
And to the whole of Raila family, I really want to condone with you with this time of painful, and I just want you to know that God is in control.
He will be remembered not only for fighting for liberation of this country, he will also be remembered for fighting for the generation, for fighting for the youth.
In leadership, we don't want to leave any vacuum or any void. As youths, countrywide, anywhere, or within the nation, we have only one leader who has been standing with us, who is His Excellency, the Member of Parliament, Honorable Babu Owino.
As the youth and those who are demanding for a transformative leadership, those who are demanding for a good governance, Babu Owino is the right leader to take the course.
Now, turning our focus to matters health is that after 150 days, there is finally relief for residents of Kiambu County as the doctor's strike has officially been called off. Now, this follows a deal between the Kenya Medical and Practitioners and Dentists Union KMPDU and the Kiambu County government, mediated by the Council of Governors, who facilitated the discussions that brought the standoff to an end. Kiambu County agreed to address key issues that had triggered the strike, including promotion, salary delays, doctors' transfers, statutory deductions, and medical insurance. The meeting was chaired by Council of Governors Whip and Tharaka Nithi County Governor Muthomi Njuki and attended by Health Committee Chair in Mombasa Governor Abdul Somad Nasir, alongside Kiambu Governor Kimani Wamatangi and KMPDU officials. The prolonged strike had paralyzed health services across the county, forcing many patients to seek medical care in private hospitals.
We call upon the county government and the unions to embrace dialogue to ensure that the contentious issues are resolved at the soonest time possible, so that the service delivery in the health sector is uninterrupted.
I want to say that the strike that began on 26th of May 2025, that has now gone for over 150 days, is hereby called off. Strike. I am so certain that not all doctors are within the locality, and therefore we are asking the doctors that, given that it is weekend, they start traveling back and be resuming their jobs on Monday.
We need to ensure that politics stay out of our hospital wards, politics stay out of our operating theaters, politics stay out of anything that is talking about the lives of Kenyans.
There were stories about 136 babies dying which is a fake, a very big fake. The owners of the data are here. You know, the Council of Governors keeps records. Kiambu County, as I've said before, is one of the counties that was cited at the United Nations General, the 80th session in New York.
That same story leads us to the Senate, where the Senate Health Committee has toured Makueni County, raising several concerns over challenges affecting service delivery in the health sector. Among the issues highlighted were the lack of proper medical waste disposal facilities at both Makueni Referral and Mkuyuni hospitals and an insufficient number of ambulances. However, the committee lauded the county government efforts to improve healthcare services, noting that the issues raised are solvable. The senators further emphasized that their visits to counties are meant to ensure that all Kenyans have access to quality and efficient healthcare services.
Some good successes and some terrible failures. I wanted the team that is here, the rubbish that you're burning there and all the toxic stuff that you're putting back there and burning it, that's a complete embarrassment to yourselves. We expect when we come, they are very low-lying fruits, small things. An incinerator is more expensive.
We went to Mother and Child now. The nurse said we normally attend to 10 to 15 patients months. But I am so concerned of the record keeping. So I went to the book and I realized there's no record keeping. Yes. So let's be so restrict on the record keeping.
To be honest, from our comparison of most of the other hospitals that we visited, the hospital is not badly off. Makuyuni had some challenges. A lot has been neglected. You find that clinical officers who are supposed to be on duty, some of them have not reported. We don't know if they are working in their private clinics or not. Challenges like those in the drugstore, not badly off. A few record keeping needs to be improved, but basically the issues are not too much.
We are not coming to crucify the county government or to punish any person. We are simply saying that a good thing can be done better and better so that Kenyans appreciate that evolution came to change lives.
Sometimes we cannot set an exam and mark ourselves. So when senators come to Makueni, you are marking an exam for us. Sometimes we think we are overperforming, but you come here to tell us there's a gap here and there are areas of improvement. And you have actually taken us through those areas that we need to improve.
And moving on, a section of Wiper Patriotic Front leaders have taken a swipe at President William Ruto, accusing him of consistently disrespecting the Akamba community. Speaking in Machakos during preparations for the upcoming Mumbuni North by-election, the leaders say the Akamba community has endured ridicule and marginalization in silence for far too long. They further noted that the Mumbuni North by-election will serve as a major litmus test for Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka's political prospects ahead of 2027 general election.
Na Yesu kini tumetosheka na nyinyi kutukanyaga. Wakati wa kukanyaga Wakamba umefanya nini? Sasa wachane basi. Mnakuja mnatuachia maneno.
Tarehe ile inafika mwezi wa 9 mwaka wa 2027. Ukaenda kwa ballot. Upate Kalonzo Musyoka na William Ruto, utachagua nani?
Kuna kashida kidogo. Ukiangalia the tally of those who are now registering as voters iko chini across the whole country. Sijui ni watu wamechoka ama kuna nini. Nawaomba kwa heshima tuamke sisi wote tuende tuchukue voters card.
Tension is high in parts of South Turkana following reports that 2 police officers and several soldiers were killed in the Kaputir area, triggering protests and disrupting transport along the Lodwar-Kitale highway. Residents took to the streets demanding justice and the withdrawal of military from the region, accusing them of arbitrary killings. Turkana Governor Jeremiah Lo Murkai has strongly condemned the incident, urging national government to take swift action to restore peace and security. This latest incident adds to the rising insecurity in Turkana, where 3 Kenya police reservists have also been reported dead, with another receiving treatment at the Lodwar County Referral Hospital.
Tumefika Kaptir pia tukapata jam
lakini la kushangaza ni kwamba gari imebeba mafuta ya petroli ambayo ni hatari sana, lakini tunasimamishwa barabarani mpaka saa hii ni wakati karibu saa 8.
Ninaomba Mheshimiwa President wetu William Samoei Ruto aweze kuingilia hii maneno, kwa sababu watu ambao walitoka Lodwar saa 9 usiku wajafika kaunti ya Trans Nzoia. Wenye walitoka Trans Nzoia pia hawajaweza kufika kaunti ya Turkana County.
My appeal as the governor for the great county and the great people of Turkana County to my beloved President of the Republic of Kenya. Huyo mkubwa wa KDM ambaye letwa juzi atolewe mara sehemu hii.
As that unfolds, hundreds of young people across Kajiado County have turned up in large numbers for the ongoing vetting exercise under the government Nyoro program as unemployment concerns continue to rise. Many of the hopeful youths, especially young women, lined up with their identification cards, eager for a chance to benefit from the 50,000 shillings financial support aimed at empowering small-scale businesses. Several applicants said financial challenges had cut short their education, and the funds will help them start new ventures. Principal Secretary for Justice, Human Rights and Constitutional Affairs, Judy Pareno, said the government is keen on training all beneficiaries to ensure the money is used for the right purpose. She further added that even those who miss out will still benefit through skills certification and technical training opportunities.
In case we do verification and you are dropped out for one reason or another, or in case people have overapplied and we just need 70 of you, and you can see in this case each of them has more than what we require. This is just the beginning. There is much more to come. There is much more that is this project. There is money, there is on job, there is recognition, there is so much that there is hope. It's not like because today you've not made it, then you say that, okay, the project is not on. We are going to look for ways, and government has promised to reach out to the young people, and that is why we are here. And I want to conclude by saying, our appearing today as PSs is a directive from the president that this project has to be rolled out. Our young people have to benefit, and we've come out to help out, to reach out and to help organize and supervise. So we are just supervising, but it is a project under the youth docket.
I am building a company, a construction company known as Keystone's Masonry Solutions. As you can see, the reflector is for the company. So if I get this money, it will be able to support me on other requirements.
What if you don't get?
If I don't get, I'll keep on pushing towards my dreams.
Hi, my name is Edward, and I'm expect kukugetido nikipata ndafurahi sana.
Community leaders in Isiolo County have condemned the killing of 5 young men allegedly shot dead by police officers pursuing stolen livestock. Led by Chari Ward Representative Halima Gole Agundo and Borana Council of Elders Chairperson Mohammed Konzo, the leaders accused police of using excessive force in Wamba, Samburu area, where one survivor was left nursing serious injuries. Former Ward Representative Hassan Gumba says the committee has lost faith in the government for failing to recover stolen livestock and instead turning against innocent citizens. The leaders are now calling on the government to ensure justice for the victims and prioritize the safety of residents.
To act on our issue, we are suffering within Isiolo in terms of the government and in terms of insecurity.
Yale maneno ilitendeka sehemu yetu ya Isiolo, Kom, area Barambate, ndio area yetu wa wachungaji Sabarwawa. Sehemu hiyo ndio maneno ilitendeka. Hakuna wakati wa vijana yetu walienda kutafuta hawa ndio walikuja kutafuta malisho katika sehemu yetu na wakauawa wa vijana yetu.
For generations, the Boran have lived by simple creed, coexist in peace. They are not known for aggression, not in business, not in politics, not in conflict. hold accountable all individuals and institutions who have perpetuated or enabled violence through bias or neglect.
Concerns have been raised over limited university admissions in some counties, with the Senate Education Committee urging increased funding for technical and vocational training centers. Speaking in Trans Nzoia County, Senator Betty Batuli, chairperson of the committee, highlighted that around 60% of students in the county can only join vocational training centers due to limited university slots. She further stressed the importance of VTCs in equipping youth with technical skills and called on county government to improve infrastructure and recruit more teachers in the sector.
Quite a number of VTC centers. Actually, they have 32 in the 25 wards, which is very commendable. And we've also been told, and I think the MCAs were also there to confirm that the learners in these VTC centers are getting a capitation of 18,000 per learner from the county government. This is very commendable. And the governor has promised that in the next financial year, learning in these VTC centers is going to be free in the county of Trans Nzoia.
The transition of Trans Nzoia to university is less than 20%. And if they are less than 20%, we only have one national polytechnic here. We have TTIs, and the government is looking at getting TTIs in every sub-county. Still, that population is very low. So we still have about 50% of our secondary school leavers not going anywhere. So I would like to tell my neighbors, the people of Trans Nzoia, to take advantage of this model that the governor is coming up with. Because it's one thing to have the institutions, and it's another one for the institutions to stand strong and have no students. It is better to give the governor pressure to increase the VTCs, because you have actually increased the number of students.
And that story brings us to the end of tonight's EBN Weekend Edition. On behalf of our very good friend Laura Monde, responsible for sign language interpretation, and the entire EBN News team led by my director, Brother David, and on camera, Sister Rhoda, and everyone that all made this possible, my name is George Kayesi. Thank you for spending your evening with us. And before I leave, remember this: things are working for you in the background, even when everything seems quiet. Sometimes progress shows up loud, and sometimes growth is silent. You are not delayed. Every step counts, and you are getting there. No need to worry. Let it be all about faith. From all of us here at TBN, we wish you a peaceful night and a wonderful weekend ahead for the EPL lovers. Goodbye and God bless.